As you think about buying a house or considering whether you should rent or whether you should buy a home, and there's some simple things that you can do to prepare you to ensure that you are set up for success whenever you make that first application. So when the lender is looking at providing you a loan for a home, one of the first things that they're going to do is pull your credit report. It's important to not have that as a surprise, and you want to be, well, you do not get penalized for checking your own report, but when the lender pulls the report, you do get penalized when it comes to your credit score. So pull that report and see what your own financial health looks like. You know kind of what the ins and outs are from a money situation, just managing your household finances, but sometimes we can be surprised by when we pull the credit report that we may have a past due loan that we forgot about that we can get caught up on, or maybe there's a medical charge. I once had one for $25 that I didn't know about, but it showed up on my credit report. So if you pull that report, you can see something and satisfy it, so then you can have an easier time qualifying for a loan whenever you go to the loan officer for that mortgage. So first thing you do is you pull that credit report. Secondly, you want to look and see what your ins and outs are. You know how much money that you're able to have left over at the end of each month, and you're working towards a budget, but it's really important to know how much home you can afford. There's a lot of online calculators you can use. Just Google mortgage calculator, and you can see either affordability or how much a mortgage would be for a certain price home. And so do those calculators to really see if it will fit into your budget. Also know that a home is going to have a lot of maintenance associated with it. When you're renting a home, we bought a home several years ago, and I kind of miss having a landlord that I could call whenever I ran into trouble with a home, because it would be his expense versus mine if there was a toilet that needed to be replaced or some plumbing changes that needed to occur. When you have a home, you need to be able to have enough money to be able to set a reserve so that you can account for extraordinary expenditures. The other thing, whenever the lender is looking at your home loan application, once you get it to them, is going to be that affordability piece. And so if you've got all of your assets and your liabilities, kind of your balance sheet of what you own and what you owe laid out for them, as well as the payments associated with those things, and then what your income is associated that you bring home every month, and be able to show your budget, that's going to set you up for a lot of success, so there won't be any surprises for the lenders. Buying a home too is really a great opportunity for if you're buying your first home, or if you're needing some help with down payment assistance. There's a lot of programs out there that will help us find ways in which we don't have to come up with a large amount of cash to put down on a home. If you put that large amount of cash that you've been saving in a rainy day fund for those potential maintenance issues that a home might have, and that might be a better situation for you than putting it into a down payment. Typically in a conventional loan, you're looking at putting 20% of the cost of the home as a down payment, but there's programs out there where you can do as little as 3%, 2%, and sometimes no money down to be able to get into home. As you're considering purchasing a home, think about it as an investment. It's really easy to fall in love with a particular house, but think about it as something that it's going to be both an asset and a liability to you. So make sure you're getting a good deal on it, not overpaying because you're falling in love with a particular home, but make sure that you're getting a good value. The lender will be looking at what the loan amount is compared to the value of the house. And the higher amount of the value and the lower amount of the loan, the better deal that you're going to get when it comes to pricing on a home. And that can be tug at your heartstrings quite a bit. But if you can really be thoughtful about, like, this home is in a great space, this is a good deal, the price per square foot is lower than what the comparable properties are, and really think about it a little bit more analytically than leading with your heart, then that will put you in a great situation when you go and apply for that loan.